Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting GDG event here in Sydney, Google's office, and this happened to be the Google's headquarter. And I see a lot of familiar faces here. Thanks for coming, by the way. That really means a lot to me. And first of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Kartik for providing me this wonderful opportunity to be here in front of all of you as a speaker. So I've been here a couple of times as an audience member, and today, just a second, we'll get you. Okay, really low voice. Sorry for that.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
That's give me somewhere. Okay. Is it audible? So yeah, sorry, where was I? I was saying thank you for coming here today. It really means a lot to me. And I've been here a couple of times as an audience member. And today I'm truly honored to be here as a speaker, thanks to some of the great people here. And one of the person is not here, whose name is Jason, who actually really pushed me to be here. Right, and I'm really grateful to be here in front of you all. So, a little bit intro about myself. Uh, my name is Assis. I was born and raised in Nepal. I came here in Australia towards the end of 2019, and I did my bachelor's in IT in last year, July 2022. Right. I was from a college called King's Own Institute, which is also known as KOI in short. And then I'm currently working as a graduate software developer at a company called SwapSofs. So more later. So now you might be thinking, why am I here? I certainly don't have years of experience, and neither am I really expert in any field. So why am I here? I'm here to actually share my story, a story that allowed me to be here today in front of you. Along the way, I'll share some of the lessons I learned from my story. And since it is a Google talk, I'll be talking about one of the Google products, which is Firebase. Intro to Firebase with some demo. So are you guys excited? Well, at least I am. A little bit nervous as well. So the starting from my story. So when did it all start? So yeah. So when did it all start? It all started from the final year of my college. It was last year, actually around the end of 2021, when we were given two choices. The first one to do the project on your own, like pick a client and do your project. And then secondly, do internship under the college management, under the institution. Right. So what I did, obviously, I did a project, if you know me, because I wanted to do something on myself, right, by myself. So we chose project. It was actually seven members in the group. So we started by choosing our client. So there were a couple of clients to choose from, and one of them happened to be a church located in Australia, Bankstown. Sydney, Bankstown, Sydney, which is called New Sound Church, also known as Bankstown Baptist Church, if I pronounce it correctly. You can see more information at this website, newsound.org.au, and this is what their homepage looks like. So when we chose our client, we actually thought it's going to be easy, right? It's just a church. A church doesn't really have products to sell or complicated operations to manage. So we actually thought it's going to be just a normal website that people are going to use, just to see updates and everything. And after talking to them, we got to know that they already have a stunning website, and they were asking for a mobile app for their followers to see church updates everything else, about the location, the information, and everything. So we were actually surprised because in the team of 7, none of us were familiar with app development. So what do we do? And there was no way of going back. It was too late, and it wasn't 100% sure that we're going to get another client that would want us to build a web app. Right, that's what we were comfortable with. So we couldn't go back, and we decided to proceed with it. And there were a couple of things actually I was lacking, and actually everything I was lacking. I didn't know anything at all. So I needed to upskill, right? Clearly. So what I did was I joined online courses in Free Code Camp, firstly, Udemy, from YouTube, from Firebase, or Learn Code Online, if anyone knows. So I did all those courses, and I did a lot of mini projects that really helped me to understand the basics of app development. So I got my basics done, and yeah, when we were talking to the client, they asked for certain features, that mandatory features. So some of the features were firstly displaying events. So the threads have different events, as you know, right? So they wanted to have the events displaying in the app itself, so their followers can follow what's happening in the threads, and then they can join those events, right? The secondly, light/dark theme. It was just a request, so if you could make it, just make it. So we took it seriously. Thirdly, YouTube playlist. So they also record videos. Church also record videos of their prayer and other sessions, and they upload it to YouTube. So they wanted us to put the videos inside the app itself, so that their followers can see the videos without going and looking for it. So after all the talking and scoping the requirements, this was what the app looked like. I know this is not great. This was done by a final year graduate student. So the upper part is the light theme, and then the bottom part is the dark theme. So now, at this point, we were pretty clear what we want, right? We had all the requirements, we scoped everything, we had all the designs. Now we needed to figure out how do we gonna do the operations, like who's gonna put the events there, who's gonna update the events, who's gonna update the search details there, right? If they ever want to change their social media handlings, how are they going to do it? So all those questions were there, and we decided to we came up with our own solution, which was admin app, right? So so with all the requirements in mind, this was what the admin app looked like. So as you would expect, firstly, it has a login screen where you can log in with admin account. There is no Google sign-in button. It's just email and password. And then secondly, have the admin panel where you can navigate to different pages based on the features. So firstly, adding events, general settings, editing events, editing social media links, editing bank account details, and then finally, that's the expanded screen of adding events. Sorry, editing events. Yeah. Now you might ask, why did we build another admin app? Why did not we do probably role-based access control in the same app, or maybe choose another CMS, right? Web-based CMS. The short answer is we did not know. We did not know about those things. So that's why we decided to build this, and this had the editing features, while the other app, the client app, had only the read features. So they could not really update anything at all from there. So that's how we managed to do it. Now, what did I learn from this? Sorry. So firstly, teamwork. It was really a teamwork, right? We were, as I said, 7 people. None of us were familiar with any kind of software development. So we had to figure out on the fly, like whatever's going on, talking to the client or designing or building, or testing, deploying, everything. Secondly, got some knowledge, right? I wasn't really zero at that time. I got some knowledge. Thirdly, I understood the project limitations. I understood the project limitations. So it had, as I said, RBAC, a role-based access control, and CMS. We didn't have that. So yeah, that's what I understood. And then lastly, I got more interested into IT than I was ever before. After completing this project, I felt amazing, right? So that's how my interest grew in this project. Okay, now that's all for this project. Now moving on, shortly after that, I joined a team. I got a chance to work on a project which is known as Sano. So it is a project, real estate listing app that provides you, listing for your spare room or spare apartments and all those things. So I got to work on this, and it was um, pretty interesting. So what I actually worked on this as an intern for 6 months. So what I learned from here, first of all, clean code. This was actually a team project for me. Uh, I got a chance to work with a team, so I got to learn clean code, right? How things work. Secondly, effective communication. So if you're working in a team, you obviously would like to talk to your team and how things can operate. And then thirdly, different technologies that were used in the software development industry. So these are some of the uh, technologies. So I moved on from there after 6 months to join a company called SwapSofs, where I work here at the moment. So it is a fantastic company. It actually provides on-demand staffing service. Uh, it also provides you end-to-end operations management for staffing solution. What do I mean by that? From advertising a job vacancy to screening to interviewing to managing people to getting to work, paying them, rehiring them, everything happens in this one platform. And it also provides tailored apps for individuals and businesses as well. Now, this is the homepage, what it looks like, and you can check out swapsofs.com for more information. Right. Now, what did I learn from here, or what I'm learning from here at the moment? So, firstly, large code base. As you'd expect, if you go to any company, they have really large code bases. So I am now used to navigating to large code base. Secondly, cross-team collaboration. So before I was working in this one team, now there's multiple teams. And you need to collaborate with them to come up with a feature or to do anything. So that's what I'm learning right now. And then obviously corporate workflow, right? You know how companies operate, not really in a higher level, but as they allowed you to see. And lastly, specific to this company, they use microfrontends and a lot of maintainable and scalable coding practices. So yeah, that's what I'm learning right now, which is fantastic. Now, moving on, I would like to talk about the lessons I learned from my project, not from this work experience, but the last project. So as I said, from the single project, I learned the software development lifecycle. So not really in theory, but in practice. From scoping requirements to designing to developing to testing to deploying, everything. Well, not in a professional way, but I managed to do it. So first is clear requirements. That's my first learning. So as Edward V. Berard famously quoted, working on water and developing software from a specification are easy if both are frozen, right? That means requirements are always changing, and it's really hard to keep track on it and then build it on the fly. So you'd want the clear requirements beforehand. Like, it's not really possible, but you can get as close as you can. So that really makes your life easy. And this also consists of market research, right? So clear requirements comes from market research. So what questions might you ask for market research, right? So these are some of the questions. So first one, what's the scope? How big is the project? So you might ask, how big is it going to be, right? What's the size of the project? The secondly, what's the market condition? How hard is it to penetrate? If you're like building a competitive product or service. For us, it was actually simple. It was for a church, so it wasn't really difficult. But yeah, you would want to figure these things out. And then lastly, the target audience. So you'd like to be as specific as possible, as close as possible to your audience. So you'd probably want to figure these things out before you even start building your product, or you're going to be in a mess, I think. Right. The second lesson, effective design and execution. So this is the second stage. Now you know what you want from the requirements. And now this is time to convert the requirement into a plan, right, to execute. So it's time to convert the requirements into plan and convert the requirements into an art that other people can visualize, right? So other people can see your vision. Thirdly, they should be able to resonate with the thoughts, right? They should be able to see what you can see in your imagination. So that's where the good product design comes into play. And let me assure you that it really plays a crucial role on your product's success or failure. So you'd really want to do it right. Okay, thirdly, learn the basics. So this is actually quite simple. As I mentioned, I did few courses and mini projects to learn the basics of app development. So this is what I learned from there, right? The secret is to learn basics for any product, a great product. You can't really build a tower if you can't even build a wall or a ceiling or a floor. So you need to get the basics right. You need to you need to learn the tools that you're going to use, right? So once you get the basics done, then you can leverage the full potential of the tools, and then that really helps you in your project. Thirdly, once you learn the basics, you get efficient, right? You get efficient, so you get the speed, development speed, you get control over your project, and you get flexibility as well. So that's why you would really want your basics done first. And lastly, a good team. So everything I showed you, I didn't do it all on myself, and you can't do it all on your own. Can't do it. You need a good team. You need a great team, supportive team, and people with shared vision and goals. That's what the job of leaders, right? So other people vision, so other people goal, and then you would want people who would support you to scale up the idea into a company, not just an idea. Right? Now, these are all my learnings from it, and what actually enabled me to complete the project on time. We did it in 3 months, in one semester, let's say. So what actually enabled us to do that? So it was a Firebase, right? I'm going to talk about it now. So Firebase is a really amazing tool that I used while building the apps, and that really helped me to focus on the core features, not the maintainability, not the services and everything, because it had all the features. So with Firebase and front end, you can build something that doesn't require a backend. And then thirdly, this actually helped me kickstart my career. Right from there, I told you my journey. I went to different companies, and now I'm working all from that one project. Now, let's go to this question. What is Firebase? So before answering that, I would like to ask you all a question. Just relax. I'm not going to ask you what I said earlier. How many of you have actually, now, how many of you have heard about Firebase before? Quite a lot. Experts here. And how many of you have actually used it in your probably personal project or what? More than half. It's actually a good product, by the way. So for those of you who don't know what Firebase is, it's a comprehensive web and app development platform. which is currently provided and maintained by Google. It wasn't actually built inside Google, and they bought it somewhere around 2015. I'm not really sure. So what it provides you is a bunch of different services that you can use to build your project or service or anything. And here are some more. That's your thing too less. And then relax. I'm not going to talk about everything here. I'm going to talk about what it brings to the table and why you should use Firebase in your projects, especially when you're starting out, right? So I'm going to talk about 5 key features of Firebase, and let's see one by one. So first thing is real-time scalable database. So it provides you seamless real-time data synchronization that is ideal for apps requiring instant updates and collaboration, which is really important nowadays. Secondly, authentication. So as you can see, it has all these authentication systems built into it, which is really secure and that you can use to build your app. Don't really need to care about authentication. Uh, right, built-in secure authentication, and it simplifies user management. And that supports for various login methods. Now, next thing, serverless functions. It enables you to write custom backend logic to modify your data or responses or anything. I haven't personally used it. That's why you see upgraded project. I don't want to upgrade that. Uh, and this really simplifies development and reduces operational overhead as well. Slides. Uh, Another one, real-time analytics. So as you can see, you see all these graphs about your apps and the users and everything. It provides you instant insights into user behavior and your app performance, which really helps in making data-driven decisions. Perfect. And then lastly, integrated services. So this one platform provides you various different services combined that really work together seamlessly, right? So you can integrate those things in your product and then make it a great product. Right, simplifies the development, reducing the need for the app. Okay, that's all for the Firebase specification. Now we'll go into demo. I don't know if I can show it here. You see? Right. This was actually my backup plan in case anything goes wrong. Um, I think I can just play the video. Let's see here. So as you can see, the screen here, it's a really short demo. Don't worry, it's not going to be long. So this is the client app that we're seeing right now. All the information there, more cool. Bank account information and values. Yeah. And you see the top one is example title. Now we go to the admin app. Yep, it's here. We go to events. And now we actually want to add event. Right. GDG. For silence. Yeah, I would show this here, but it's difficult. Now the event's been added. We go back to the client app. Let's see if the event's there. And yep, it's here. And then we're going to try to delete the app. the event. And now it's gone. So yeah, that's all for the demo. Now we move into the next part. Right. Can't see. Can't see that. So the main motive behind this talk was to inspire other people through my journey, right? It wasn't really a technical journey. It wasn't really a special talk, right? Expert level talk. I just wanted to share whatever I had to go through and whatever I learned throughout my journey so other people can get inspired from it. And that these tools actually really helped me to, be where I'm right now, where I'm right now. I actually built a lot of other platforms, other tools using that project. Running out of time, so I don't really have time to show everything. But yeah, I actually want to leave you with this one quote. So doubts kill more dreams than failure ever will. So just believe in yourself. Just do whatever you want to do. Like I'm here today. It was really difficult, but yeah, I did it. Thank you very much. Okay. XML doesn't give you work. These are not working for some reason. Sure. Let's start asking questions. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, sure.
Was it hard for your team if you didn't have done any app development before? Was it hard to choose a technology to use?
Yep, that was actually the hardest part.
How did you go about making that decision of the group of 7?
Right. Actually, I was leading the project. That's why I'm here, right? And I had to make the hard decisions. So I had to research everything. I didn't have mentor back then, and the colleges were online, so it wasn't really easy to meet, your instructor and. So we had to do a lot of research. We came up with 3 different platforms: the Flutter, the Xamarin, I think what's it called, and then React Native. So we decided to go with Flutter because we decided to use Firebase as well. So that's both Google products. So we thought, let's give it a shot. It might work together well, and yeah, it worked well. Yeah, thank you.
It's always good when the team tackles
Yeah, I mean, it was on me. So I hope you got the answer. Any other questions if you have?
Hello. Hello. I am a newbie in the mobile development.
Right.
So I finished my mobile subjects
Yeah.
in the last semester.
Right.
So I have planned to develop a notification on the mobile for my friend because he had a lot of customer to just with the client on the WhatsApp,
Right.
and it is that time to send the price of the product every day.
Mhm.
So this is a plan.
Right.
So how much the cost for the Firebase if I develop mobile?
With the Firebase.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just research on this at the moment.
No,
So
that's fine. So it's a it's a platform that you can use it for free in the beginning, right? It has certain quotas that you can use it for free. Like every day you get a certain amount of quota, and then you want to use it really carefully, right? If you finish that, you're gonna have to pay on the go. It's not like really one-time payment, but whatever you use, you pay it, right? So you can try it out with your free quota, and you'll see how you go. If you need to upgrade, you can upgrade, but it's not that much expensive. I've been running it in free tier at the moment, so yeah, I think you can give it a try, and you'll see how it goes. Right?
I always do for free because we are the developer, right? We don't buy more things. We just develop the back end and build the API to connect with the mobile. It's take the time and a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It's a Firebase with the basic application. I think it's better. Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh no, that's okay. Thank you.
That's a really good first attempt, Ash.
Oh, thank you.
Good
very
on
much.
you.
Thank you.
Just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
did the church end up adopting your app for their members long term?
Good question to ask. Well, we had a conversation, right? We were college graduates, not even graduates. We were still studying in college. So we had this conversation with the church. They didn't really want to take it forward, sadly. But yeah, you all understand why is it, right? We were not really in a situation to handle those things, because you need a bank account information, you need all those information, like their inner things. So they were not really ready to provide us that. So it was fine. But I did ask for consent before I came here to talk about this app, and then they said, "We trust you." Yeah. That's funny.
Any other questions?
Hi. So just one question. How many lines of code did you write for this project? And is it possible that you can make it open source?
Why would you want to use it? Well, I can show you the project. I don't know how many lines there is, but it was not that great, because that was really my first big project. I was doing many projects before then, and this was actually my big project. So everything was messed up, and luckily it's still running, but it's gonna probably shut down soon. I had put this app in the Play Store, but for some reason it's not there. They removed it, so maybe it's not runnable right now. So yeah, I would like to make it open source if you would like to contribute. Yeah. So we actually used something called Flutter. It's actually a mobile app development framework that you can use to build cross-platform apps. So iOS, Android, and web as well. So that's really easy. That's why we chose this. And it's not really low code. It was actually full of code. Right. Thank you. Does that answer your question? Yes. Yeah. It's actually not really shareable code. That's why we didn't make it.